Madinuka, yes, Mannabiyuka. Right, but do you know why? Do you know why that is? Do you know in one word why that is? Like, why do they look down on people who are not in the Jamaat? Why it is that anybody who asks too many questions get kicked out? Why is it that the top family, his family is the one who are benefiting from the proceeds that are being sent? You claim he was a jihadist. He was sending it all over the world. Did you ever get any evidence of him sending it all over the world? You know the one answer to why? Do you know?
Do they know anybody Pakistani I asked, do they know anybody who see him as Sheikh Jelani?
No. In one word.
Anybody I asked.
Look.
Any Muslim I asked that's not fully with the Jamaat, I said, you know of a Sheikh named Sheikh Jelani? Abdul Qadir Jelani? They're like,
No.
From Pakistan? I'm like, no.
No.
Well, I know other Sheikhs
No, I
named
did
Abdul
the
Qadir
same
Jelani, but he's
at
not
one
from
point.
Pakistan.
At one point I did the same thing. At one point I did the same thing. The guy said no, but then he added on, you know, this is a big business in Pakistan. I said to him, oh yeah, I know it's a big business. It is, you know, in Africa too. In Africa too, a lot of those sittings, a lot of those sheikhs that are walking around, I mean, they've done things that he has done. The only difference between him and them is that, again, he came to America to break up, to take over Jamaat and literally break it up, and he was successful at that. He wasn't, I mean, he did not, if he really taught everybody to be prepared for the day of judgment, do you really think the Jamaat would be in the same condition it is today?
Nope.
It's so bad that, I mean, the worst thing.
The same condition. Everybody on the land, living in daggone trailers that's been there for more than 20 years.
And he lives on his estate in Pakistan.
Nobody can help out
while
except for the family that benefited.
While he lives at the estate in Pakistan and was enjoying his cool life there with his refrigerator. Seriously, I mean, you know, let's be frank about one or two situations. That is a cult. You know what a cult is?
Yep.
That's what that is. That's the reason why anybody who speaks up, you get kicked out. Ask too many questions, you get kicked out. You are the chosen people. You are better than everybody else. That's the cult mentality. So that's what he fed to people, to believe and to hold on to that ideology until your death. I mean, don't you know about Jim Brown? And
I know one thing.
in what is it, Jamestown? It was the same thing. But I'm just saying, if he really was competent and accomplished his mission after 40 years, it would have been clear. Wasn't these ideas here in the United States before that? Love Allah, love His Prophet, and be ready for the Day of Judgment. This was here before Shah Saab. He did not bring this here. Neither did he bring, you know, get out of the cities and buy land, because this is something we African Americans and Native Americans did anyway. This is not a new idea that he brought to us, right?
All right, that's not even a new idea.
Exactly. What did he bring that actually bared fruit? You're gonna say, wait. You're gonna tell me you have scholars. You're gonna tell me you have doctors. You're gonna have lawyers. There were plenty of those here before he came. They still are here, and they're not Jamaat. We have doctors, we have lawyers, we have judges, we have engineers, Muslims. They're not in your Jamaat. So that's not, he didn't, yeah, I don't see, I mean, after 40 years, if you did not have if you had, after 40 years, let's say 2 generations worth of that, you don't even have that. They're like on one hand. They're like on a list of 15 after 40 years. After 40 years, if you take all the Hufaz, all the scholars, all of the lawyers, all of the doctors that Jamaat has, TMOA has, you will not get beyond, and this is a stretch, 21 people altogether. Doctors, I mean, I know listen.
Have you asked anybody, like, you know how people be, like, nowadays, when people be like, oh yeah, I'm just trying to get some land and move from away from the city and get some cows and stuff. Like, if Iblisi brought that here, How the heck do other people know about that?
No, listen. You gotta. I mean, listen. What? That's what I said. He didn't start that. That's nothing. He didn't. You know, that was even here when they mentioned 40 acres and a mule. A lot of people went to where they were giving out 40 acres and a mule when they started. That was way before Shah Saab was even born. He didn't get in our mentality buy land. We knew about buying land. And then you want to say all the lands that he bought, you're still on to, like the Jamaat is still on all the lands? No. Colorado, you got kicked off of because of the illegal activities. California, you also lost California land.
Illegal activities going on
yes.
in land?
Yes.
There too?
What I'm saying is they lost Colorado land. Yeah, Abu tried to say that all the lands that were bought, you know, we've held on to all the lands that we've bought. I said to him, no, you didn't. The Colorado land you lost and the California land you lost. So what I'm saying is that because of they have this cult mentality, they will lie and lie. There is lying. There's too much lying going on. And people don't know that this in itself is not going to suffice. You claiming that you're doing it for Allah when you know lying is a deed of the hellfire. But they will, you know, people will lie because they believe that they want something to be so true that even if they see وَلَوْ جَاءَتْهُمْ كُلُّ آيَةٍ, even if they see all the signs that this is false, لا يؤمنوا, they won't believe it حتى يروا العذاب الأليم, until they see the severe punishment in it. So this is a situation. But what I want us to do, right, I need us to work on a project to help open up dialogue between, you know, civil dialogue. That's what I really want. We try to open up civil dialogue and bring three main important elements. Do you believe in what Allah said? Do you believe in it to the extent where if you see the truth, you will accept it? If you see falsehood, you will accept it? And lastly, is Shah Saab a light of Allah? Is he really a light of Allah? Is he really who he said he was? Because if the Quran says no, and you can see clearly that this Quran is saying he could have never been what he claimed to be, are you going to accept it or are you going to reject it? Because if we know for a fact that you are going to reject it, no matter what you see, then we don't have much more to dialogue about, isn't it?
Right.
But now, if you really are a Muslim citizen to the core, and you say, I am here to find out what the truth is, because this is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says for us to do. If I do see evidence, if I am convinced that he was a liar, he was a fraud, that he was only sent to break up the Darul Islam movement, if I see evidence of that, yes, then I will forever leave, you know, this idea and this thought. Then we want to show you the evidence. If that's really, because that's just the facts. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion. We're not here to change anybody's opinion. But guess what? Not everybody is entitled to their own facts. Not everybody is entitled to their own facts. Facts are facts. So now, if you see the facts, are you telling me that you're still not going to, you know, abide by the truth? See? So we need to find out, you know, how many Muslim citizens are at that stage where they are wanting to discover the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth, which is our job, our duty, you see. But if that's not the case, then no problem. Salamun alaykum, salama, see you later. وَإِذَا خَاطَبَهُمُ الْجَاهِلُونَ قَالُوا سَلَامًا, end of story. You understand? This is the reality. So, but anyway, you know, but when you see, huh?
People are arrogant. People are so
no,
arrogant.
see, it's but that's how they've always been. That's not something that they just started doing yesterday or last year. People by nature, you know, when they do not suppress their greed, they just become arrogant after that. They want more. They want to hold on to what they have, and they're ready to be violent, to be hostile. They got so much anger. I mean, look at this man. Look at his even the last days on his life. According to Umar ibn Khattab, your Sheikh Shah Sahib, he was cursed. Allah Ta'ala gave him a belly to show how displeased he was with him. Umar ibn Khattab saw one with a big belly. The man told him that this is a blessing from Allah. He said instead, this is a curse of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That big old, I'm just saying, truth. Truth is truth. Your Sheikh had this big old belly. He could not even lead the salah. He never led here while we were here. maa ngi wax lan? No, I'm speaking generally speaking, you know, generally. If you say you have a sheikh, you say you have a sheikh, and you love, listen, you say listen, you know, as a basic principle of belief is to love what Allah loves and hate what Allah hates, yes?
Right.
Thank you very much. You mean to tell me that if what Allah Ta'ala loves is for your sheikh to be slim, if your sheikh decides to be fat, you would love what your sheikh loves instead of what Allah Ta'ala loves? Umar ibn Khattab says that the slimness, this is a blessing from Allah, not the big old belly. So now it's like you don't want to love what Allah Ta'ala loves anymore. You only want to love what the sheikh loves. So who are you following? Like, which one of these two are you following? Omar followed the Prophet. He saw Prophet. You? I don't know you. I don't know anything that you did successfully other than to break up the Darul Islam movement. That's all you did successfully. You didn't do anything else. But so how do you have followers today who love to do things just because you love to do them, although they know this is not what Allah wants. This is not what Allah prescribed. They still love to do it because of your example. Your example. People are willing to break up their own families, to say goodbye to their fathers, goodbye to their mothers, goodbye to their sisters, goodbye to their daughters, goodbye to their next of kin, goodbye to their cousins. You understand? All for him. When this is breaking up the ties of kinship. In the Quran says, no, you say, sure, Shah Sahib wants it done. I don't want to talk to anybody who doesn't have good things to say about my murshid. He's your spiritual leader, but he doesn't have no Quran. What spiritualism?
That's crazy.
The point that you think he's a spiritual leader, but he does not know Quran. I mean, I don't know which one is craziest, that he's a spiritual leader or the fact that you think he's a spiritual leader. Which one is craziest, I do not know. But the truth of the matter is, like, there are people, I believe that there are those who are extreme, who are trying to, you know, protect it to the death, to the core, because they really do have that cult mentality. And then I believe that there are people who don't care which way it goes, you know. They're just there.
Yep.
And then there's everything in between, you know what I'm saying? There's everything in between, which means that there definitely are people who want to know the truth. People are blindly there. So people who are sincere at heart, but dark in ideas. You know, they don't have very much understanding, but they're sincere at heart. So we need to figure out how to approach each individual and give them their right, the right that is due. You understand? And if they really want to know the truth, they're going to have, we want for everybody to be, you know, in the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's grace and guidance. But we cannot force anybody to do anything. We're only here to convey the message.
Wallahi.
Wallahi, 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 wallahi. But this is very important conversation, you know. But when you see your father, you know, talk to him about that, you know, because we talked about it last week. But explain to him specifically, you know, we want to discuss al-Islam at the core of, again, we believe in the Quran. This is the truth from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if we know that it is saying something is wrong, we are definitely going to take it. We're not going to take that in which is wrong. And was Shah Sahib really who he said he was? Was he really? Was Ali Mubarak, Shah Jalani really who he claimed to be? Because so far, all the evidence, as I told him, it points to the fact that he was not. What you're saying he is, as a matter of fact, he did not say he was. You know, your English is too good for me to imagine and for me to see him saying it as you're saying it. That's as bad as it is. You understand? But that's because we're all responsible. Allah will ask us what we did with our means. And we're just meaning to convey the message of La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam to all of the Muslim citizens.
See, that's another thing too. You see how they say, like, it's not like some people be saying like, oh, those people are wasting their time talking about the Jamaat or this and that. And but it's like, dang, they're not wasting their time because you guys are still brainwashed or still foolish enough to still follow whatever that's going on. That somebody died, he died with that, and you guys are still following behind his name and doing all the shirk and all the ways of the kafir.
Of course. I mean, they've denied the Quran. The Quran speaks the truth. You deny the Quran for something else. That's why these specific questions. Do you really believe in the Quran? If you see that the Quran is saying that something is wrong, would you still stay on it? If you're telling me yes, then I don't have anything more to say to you. Quran, clearly Quran telling you. Allah is telling you directly. You're going to leave that and you're going to go somewhere. I don't have anything because we come together, and that's one thing about R2F. How they're doing it, how they're delivering it is turning a lot of people away because it's not a joking matter. It is a very serious matter. We're taking it very, 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 very seriously. And you need to have authentic knowledge. People are getting up there, yeah, maybe they're sincere again, but the level of knowledge is just off. It's like you're trying to bring people away from falsehood to darkness, more falsehood. Get them even lost even more. That's not right. You see the point?
In a way, that's why I don't know. That's why they need you up here, because I feel like you really just explain that to me, like the level like nobody else could really explain.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's easy. You know, one step at a time. You know, one step at a time. The point of the matter is that, you know, if the people have the message clearly, who of them are looking for the truth? We need to know that. Who is really, I mean, we have to approach each individual. Are you really looking for what the Quran says, you know? Otherwise, then it's okay. I mean, we're not here to guide anybody, you know? And this is the important thing. But they actually brought out a lot of information. It's just the way that they were presenting it. And, you know, there was a lack of hierarchy communication. You know, you have to know the difference between authority and rank. Just because a person has a rank, that does not mean they have a certain authority. But if a person has a certain authority, for sure, all those ranks under him, they have to comply. So, you know, and that's probably another reason why they've actually ran out, because they were going in a certain direction. I was telling them, listen, man, I'm trying to help you out. This is not correct. Don't go this way. But you know, boys don't want to listen. You know how the boys are. So Amr, you know Amr, his paper, I'm about to start, you know, bringing that out on the YouTube. Actually, I still got a paper of all y'all. You, him, Akbar, Saif's paper. I still have these papers, you know, that you wrote in Hafiz school. Yeah. The Boise. Boise, no, not the Boise. Boise, no. But, you know, there's a way to, you know, to elaborate to the right message to the right people, and there are people who are needing of that. So you have to do it with wisdom. And I'm not gonna go too far in because I've already posted about, you know, R2F. I've posted about TMOA, and I've posted about the Brown community, and I'm about to start posting about the Senegalese community, Senegambian community. Everybody has to realize nobody is exempt from the truth. Everybody has a right to know the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, you know. So this is the situation, you know. But inshallah, I mean, there was something else I meant to elaborate, but in terms of, you know, getting the people the right message is very, very, very detrimental, you know, and getting it in a manner in which they can digest. It's very, very, very detrimental. But once you do that, that's it. You have to move on. You have to move on. Yes, you will remind yourself. You will take care and reform yourself more so in those who are within your range of responsibility. But you're not to, get so hostile or so involved in like this little girl they were involved with, unbelievably so. You don't get involved in, this person, that person. You don't need to do that. The methodology.
That was one of my close friends' sisters, too.
See, the methodology that you use, it has to be authentic. And if you don't know what that means, you have to go learn about it. You cannot use knowledge that is inauthentic, because then you'll be calling people to falsehood again. And you cannot follow those who are utilizing that either. Because if you do that, then you're taking people towards shirk. You see the point? So for this reason, Allied Super Coalition Forces say no. Allied Super Coalition Forces say no. We are prepared. We are holding down the Quranic revolution, which was declared in 2021. It is still ongoing forever. Operation Stop Lying happened around the way. Operation Liberation is here now. Things are happening. We are developing. The Muslim citizens, are definitely giving a good thought, as the Prophet ﷺ encouraged the Sahabas with the Shura to elect the leader of the Muslim state. Yes, we are electing the leader of the Muslim state, but we do not believe in having a female sheikha who's giving directives to a Shura council who are still waiting for the leader to be way after the leader passed away. This is unacceptable.
It's ridiculous.
No, it's unacceptable. So we have to show them, we just have to do our job, inshallah, it'll work out. So inshallah, I'm going to let you go, but let your Abu know, that I called you, and inshallah, I'll be reaching out to him and, specify that.
Okay, I will, inshallah.